In this episode of Flea Market Rescue, Jenny and I are going to do 10 Trash to Treasure Christmas DIY projects. So you better not pout because we have a lot of great stuff in store for you.
People get intimidated by my mad skills.
Oh, Jenny, she's a riot. Anyway, you guys, we're going to launch all new products today. Yep, that's right. And you can get 15% off all week in my Etsy store. So what do you say we dive into this week's episode? One quick note before we get started. For those of you who are new here to Flea Market Rescue, I just want to welcome you. My name's Kelly Sherry. I do thrift store makeovers with my funny pal, Jenny. I also love taking you along as we go to the thrift stores, the garage sales, and the flea markets. So if you're up for some fun DIY projects and great shopping sprees, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. That way you'll get notified every time I post a new video.
Welcome back, everybody. You know what time it is. It's Trash to Treasure time.
Yes, it is. So we have a lot of great projects. Jenny she goes, do you know how many projects you have? She's like counting. So
we got a lot.
And also we're going to be launching some new Christmas products. That's right, you guys. We have some really good ones for you that we hope you're going to love.
So get ready, buckle up, and let's turn this trash into a treasure.
Yay! All right, you guys, when I was out with my mom, you might remember, I picked up these two right here. So I had a lady say, you know how your mom can, she collects all those bunk pads? She was saying to take something like this and make a tree. Like smaller ones, stack them up.
Absolutely.
That one's a nice one.
Good idea.
It is a good idea. Yeah. Now, originally, I've been talking about this all year long, that I want to make a funnel kind of tree, a lot of old funnels. But then when I picked up this, I thought, oh, this is going to be a great base. And I actually love the variation of colors. So look at this, you guys. Now this one has a screen, so we're going to have to cut the screen out so it'll fit on top. But look how cute that's going to be. Adorable. It's going to be adorable. Mm-hmm. And you need like a pedestal to put this all on. This I picked up at the flea market. It's a, a table leg. So I came across these really great legs. We're gonna make some candlesticks out of them. But I think it's gonna be great for the base.
Oh my gosh.
Will they be cute?
So cute.
Now if you look at this is gonna stop. It only goes so far. And how are you gonna attach that? Jenny had a great idea to use a washer and a screw in this way. And I'm like, but how are you going to get the screwdriver in there? And Jenny's like, you know what? I have an attachment that Ann Bell gave us. So that will easily get in here. We'll be able to screw this right onto the base and then build up from there. So that's what we're going to do. All right, Jenny, let's assemble this. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this all year long, and it's finally happening.
She's super psyched, if you can't tell.
My mom and I talked about, like, yeah, you definitely want to paint this. But again, I love all the variations of the different metals. I just think they go so well together, and it just brings home, like, hey, this is an antique kind of tree. Mm-hmm. So I think we're going to keep it like this. What do you think?
I agree.
I like it like this.
It's so cute.
All right, so first things first, we need to get this on the base. So as you can see, Jenny has a screw and she has a washer, and she's going to attach that to the extension. That's going to hold that on there. And as you can see, someone has already
started something.
So you just want to get that kind of in the middle and beautiful. So we're just going to put a little bit of epoxy. You want to put 2 equal parts on the plate. And we're going to mix that with a toothpick. Epoxy is awesome. We used to use it at all our craft shows. It is really a strong bond. You don't really got to worry about anything. And this is definitely going to bond our metals together. So I guess we'll take a look and see where this hits. So it seems like at all these little points it's going to hit. Okay. So we're just going to put epoxy on those certain points.
Oh, Jenny.
Did you get a little glue on something, Jenny?
I got a little on the outside.
That's all right. Things happen.
Isn't that nice, guys? It's not like the hot glue gun on the couch.
Oh. You're dripping hot glue on the couch. Oh no! Hot glue on the couch! Well, yeah, the couch wasn't even in the picture, so I don't have to go get all crazy.
Oh no!
Hot glue on the couch!
Do you want to hit it with some hot glue first?
I think that we should, just to, kind of hit.
Are those gonna touch?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Make sure we do this. Is that okay?
Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, just hold it in place for a minute. And then that epoxy will just seal the deal. Our next one is this big funnel I got. I think we got that at Springfield, didn't we?
He's pretty. He looks like a flea market funnel.
I love him. It almost looks like the Tin Man.
Yeah, it could be a...
You can't see it because but there we go. The Tin Man.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just want to see where that's gonna hit. So as you can see, Jenny is applying a little bit of epoxy and I'm helping her out with a little bit of hot glue. Oh, Jenny, I love that. See, this is what I've been waiting for all year long. All right, this one is my absolute favorite. Look at it, has a little handle and everything. It's so cute. I think it'd be great to hang like maybe a hang tag off that. So I have a new set of hang tags, you guys.
Ooh.
Brand new, so you're gonna get to see that right here.
All right, so let's see where this guy lands.
Jenny's just seeing where it's gonna go, and we're gonna repeat the same process using a little epoxy and hot glue. That is so cute.
How cute is that, you guys?
I know, I love it.
Oh, I got him on a little rockin'.
Yeah, well, it's that table. It's very
Yeah.
uneven. Love that. So cute.
All right, now remember she told you this top one had a hole. I tested it. The scissors are gonna work, so I'm gonna just work this net out of here with these scissors.
Yeah, it has some kind of net in there that is preventing us from
Like
putting
a
it.
mesh. It kind of just,
Yeah.
I think it was made to strain, but
Yeah. So it's kind of preventing us from putting it all the way down. It's kind of like,
we want
rocking.
it to seat a little better.
Yeah.
So let's see if that will be enough. Maybe we want more out.
Maybe just a little bit more. Yeah.
We gotta win here. We gotta win. The scissors are a working.
We won't be able to use them anymore, but
It's the one good pair, too.
I know. Yeah.
We have a million pairs of scissors, but this is...
The best one, and
The
we're
best
using it on metal.
Don't judge us, guys, okay? I know, there's... at least they're not shears. They're not fabric shears.
Yeah, this is true.
If you want to hear a funny story about fabric shears, my mother always told me never to use them on anything other than fabric.
It's
And
true.
then I caught her using mine to try and cut a dowel rod.
Patty. Yeah, I think that's going to work.
To go.
Yeah. As you can see, Jenny's using the epoxy.
Gobber me some glue
Yeah.
up above the
I got you. Watch your hands,
mesh.
though.
Okay, thank you.
I just...
I appreciate that.
Good. I'm like, oh my gosh, just look at her. Her look says it all. You do. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
That is really cute.
Guys,
Very sharp.
how stinking adorable.
No, I love it. All right, so our funnel tree has dried. I want to use one of my hang tags. I think they're super cute. These are brand new and they're now available in my Etsy store. And it's just going to add a little finished look to it. And then Jenny also is going to add a little greenery to it, maybe some berries, just to kind of give it more of that holiday spirit.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know I can do that.
So as I'm cutting out the tags on the shirt cut, Jenny's picking out a few pieces of greenery that we're going to use on the tree.
There.
She's absolutely perfect with making arrangements.
making a
She's
little-
my arrangement girl.
This is kind of
Yeah.
what I'm looking at on the back side here when I'm putting it together, but you guys are actually seeing the back side of the funnel tree right now.
Punch a hole in this.
Wow.
And I have this fun twine. I thought this would look really cute on there.
That's some fine twine, y'all.
Sure is. I'm gonna cut a piece and I'm gonna hang it right off of that. I think that's so cute. You can find this twine at Michael's.
It's screaming, put a hang tag on me.
I need a
You hear
hang
that?
tag. All right, Jenny, go ahead.
All right, do you want to eyeball this from the other side?
Sure.
Are we feeling
Yeah, I love it.
like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have this rusty star, you guys. I don't know if we're going to use it or not. This is like in my craft collection.
Put it up there and check it out.
We found this.
Ticking ribbon.
Yes, and oh my gosh, it's going to complement.
We're going to kind of just do like a little knot there and let it hang
Yeah.
off. And it will complement this and also draw your eye to the jute that we used for the hang tag.
Yeah, I think it'll go well together. Oh, Jenny, I love that. It's good.
It's very good.
Before you guys say anything, I hung that star sideways because I like it that way. But truly, you could put it either way, whatever you prefer. I know. See, this came out even better than what I could have imagined.
Minus the hot glue string.
Yeah, of course. So cute. This turned out even better than I could have ever imagined. I hope you enjoyed this project. Now let's go ahead and go on to project number 2. All right, you guys, our new product here are these sweet houses. Now we are going to put these on a wreath. We're going to paint them, but you could do like a sign, like a city,
A little village.
yeah, and then you could go ahead and do a little saying on top. You could use these also for Halloween. So these houses could come in handy for a lot of things. You can make a garland out of them if you wanted. So, but we're gonna put these on a wreath. So Jenny and I are gonna take some brown paint, we're gonna water it down, and then what we're gonna do is just kind of wash these so they're not so bright, you know? You don't want them this bright. You wanna mute them down. So Jenny, let's go ahead and do that. We're actually gonna make almost like gingerbread houses with these.
So I need to go a little darker than what I'm doing.
Well-
I thought I was going for a little wood green.
Well, it probably, yeah, that's a nice, I think I have mine a little too. I actually prefer yours.
okay.
Water mine down a little because yours,
You like that, huh?
I do like that. You got it, Jenny.
Baby, I got it.
So if yours are too dark, all you have to do is just add a little water. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna let these dry, and then we're gonna go back in with a little white paint and kind of make them look like gingerbread.
Crisp them up a little bit.
That's right, you guys.
All right, guys. Here we go.
Our houses are dry, and now we're gonna go ahead and do a little gingerbread to them. Yep.
I'm gonna swap out my snazzy reindeer attitude glasses for real sea to China glasses.
Okay, let's
All right.
do this. So basically what we're doing is we're outlining all the windows and around the door, and then we're gonna add trim to the roofs. Now when I do detail, I roll my brush
Oh.
to get some of that off, because if you have too much, it's not good.
All right.
So I'm just basically doing a little scallop here. You know, we actually could do it a little thicker like icing though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, we'll just do that. But if I were doing like some kind of eyes or something, I would definitely roll off the excess. As you can see, Jenny and I are just icing these up to make these cute little gingerbreads. I am really loving these, and they're going to be so adorable when they're done. All right, you guys, our houses are completely dry. Jenny has wired a little bit of wire on the back so we can wire these into this wreath.
Just put it through like a middle part and give it a twist or two.
Yeah, so we're gonna just like sporadically put these onto this wreath. Yeah, you kind of want to see where your top part is and work from there. You're just gonna twist that wire. I think I need my glasses. I can't see where the wire is. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not bragging though.
Kind of sounds like she's bragging.
A little bit, maybe. Just a little bit.
And after we get these wired in, we got a little surprise. We are going to add in some bristle trees that my mom gave me. They're gold, and I think they're going to be perfect on here. Look at them.
How cute are those guys?
So as you can see, we have our houses on there. They look really cute. You just gotta, you know, like
finesse them.
Exactly. And then we're gonna put like trees in between and then show them the gold balls too.
Look at how cool those are. Everything together is gonna be so gorgeous. All right.
So
I have 2 trees pre-wired, so
okay.
we can start on that. All I'm doing with the trees is just getting a nice length, like maybe 10 inches or something. Cutting it. And then putting it around the tree towards the middle. You know, you want it to be able to hold the weight equally. Giving it a few twists.
So I'm just gonna kind of show you what it's starting to look like here. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we are going to have to glue these on.
Yeah, we can glue them on. We'll glue those little balls on there. I think they're just going to add a little pop.
Remember, it's missing the sparkle.
Right. Okay. All right, our glue gun is hot. And Jenny's just put a little glue on those balls here.
Yeah.
And she's going to add it.
Just snuggle it right in there.
A little glabber will do ya. Yep,
yeah.
Somewhere right there. Any place that needs a little fill in, she's gonna put it in.
Yeah.
Did you lose the glue stick?
Nope, I caught it.
We're down to 1 glue stick, so I told Jenny.
Don't drop it. Yeah, don't drop it. She gave it to me and said, don't drop it. Look how stunning this turned out, you guys.
Oh, Jenny, I love it.
I do too. Real cozy, warm. It's got a good holiday feel to it.
Very nice, very nice. Can I tell you, this wreath has been in my shop for a while, and it was just so plain, really nothing to it. By adding these houses and bristle trees, I think this will make it a good seller. These houses could be used in a lot of different ways, whether you want to just spruce up an old wreath like I did, or maybe you want to add these to a sign. It'd be a fun project for the kids to do, and these will be available in my Etsy shop, and don't forget, you get 15% off all week long. Now, although I'm going to leave a link in the description below to my Etsy shop, if you're going on Etsy and trying to find my shop, you'll find that Etsy doesn't always make it easy. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to type in Flea Market Rescue, all one word. And then they have all kinds of different items available. You're not looking for items, you're looking for my shop. So you're going to go ahead and click back into the search bar just after Flea Market Rescue. Once you do that, then you'll see a new option that says Find Shop Name Containing Flea Market Rescue. You're going to click on that, and then you'll see that there's one result for the shop name Flea Market Rescue. From there, you can click on that, and you'll get to see everything in my Etsy store. Now, on to Project 3.
Guess what we have?
Trees. And we are going to make a cool garland. This is another one of our products. These are some larger trees. We're going to paint them with this awesome paint. We have jute and these super cute little clothespins that they're going to hang from. It's going to be such a simple and easy project for anyone to do. So let's go ahead and start painting this, Jenny.
Absolutely. We're going to use Deco Art Americana Avocado. Just got to be assertive with it sometimes.
Right.
It's 3-3. Ready?
Yep.
On your mark, get set.
Is she trying to challenge me? I think so.
Kelly, could you put more paint down? We ran out of paint.
Oh, you really do need. Yeah.
I do. Just a dot or two.
I thought she was trying to slow me up. So I wouldn't win.
I was, but I also need more paint. Just a little bit. Oh,
we gotta paint the backs anyhow.
Oh yeah, so. Right. Don't be afraid. All right, we're gonna let those dry, and then we're gonna paint the back.
Yeah, we're gonna flip them over and paint the back. So,
cha-ching! See you in a minute. Hey friends, guess what we're gonna do next? Tell us, Kelly.
All right, you guys.
Got her.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Yeah, you got me. Okay, so these are just two like brand new. There are a few different ways that we can make these more vintage looking. So you could use wax, like a dark wax. You can use paint that's watered down. And what we're gonna do though, we're gonna coffee dye these. So I'm just adding 2 heaping teaspoons of instant coffee. You wanna buy the cheapest coffee there is, and you're gonna mix that up. If you find wooden spoons and they look really new, you can use this method to age them up as well. So as you can see, I'm just immersing them into this coffee mixture, and we're gonna go ahead and fish them out and let them dry. And while those were drying, Jenny and I painted the backs of the trees. And guess who finished first? That's right, Jenny did. Is the color?
Guys, I did it!
You did, Jenny.
I won. I'm not gonna rub it in though. But I won.
Another thing, we're gonna win that challenge too. We got some good projects. What challenge, you might be asking? Well, during our Christmas event, Chloe and Nancy, who came all the way from Wisconsin, they challenged us to a craft duel.
Tell us about this challenge.
Well, inside this box is something. My sister and I have the exact same items at home, but they're a little different, but they're the same family.
Okay.
So we're issuing a challenge to the FMR family. And we're wanting to know if you guys want to, we'll have a little contest. And then after we each get our things made up, then we can have your viewers, they can vote which one they like best.
What do you think, Jenny? Do you think we should take this challenge?
This is like a craft off.
It's
what
a
you're
craft
offering
off.
us.
Yeah.
So, ladies, you are on.
Challenge accepted, Cal?
Yes.
All right.
Challenge accepted.
All right.
All right, here we go, fans. Oh, dear Lord. What did we say yes to?
Oh, no. Don't tell me that, Jenny.
It's a lot of globes.
I got this. Okay. Okay.
It's a collection of globes.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Pretty much.
All right.
Okay. I already have some great ideas of what we can do with these, and you're going to see them right here in this episode.
So we'll each make our own thing. You make whatever you want.
You're on. You're on.
We're on.
Challenge accepted.
All right.
So you guys, as soon as we get done with the tree garland, you're going to get to see what we did for the challenge. While the trees dried, Jenny had to point out that I had paint on my head.
Guys, I'm not the only one with paint on the face.
What do you mean?
You got a nice little streak of green.
I do.
Right there.
Oh yeah, I sure did. After I washed the paint off my head, Jenny and I decided that we were going to rip strips of fabric for our garland. All right, Jenny, we're going to need a little bit of fabric for our tree garland. So let's go ahead and start ripping some strips here.
Like, should I do a little
Oh, no, it
one
doesn't
and-
matter. It doesn't matter. We're just kind of... Popping the eye, right?
Somebody lost an eye. No big
That's
deal.
all. That's all.
Ooh.
Hey, grip tights are behind the counter.
That's right. That's where we keep them. They should be on the hands, but
They should be.
I need to relocate here so I don't end up punching Kelly in the head.
I know, I'm getting a little
I knew
scared
you were-
here.
I saw you kind of duck away. I was like,
Yeah.
oh. I'm terrifying people.
We ended up tearing the rest of the fabric, and then we were ready to assemble our garland. So Jenny and I decided that we need like some kind of natural element to our greens. And she came across, go ahead and show them the little bolt that,
Yeah.
it had a,
So we had this little bolt of stuff. It was Love, Laugh, and Craft. And it's just a bunch of burlap ribbons.
yeah, different
So we're just-
variety.
Yeah, so we're just gonna mix these in
Why
with
not,
our
right?
greens. Yeah.
I think it'll look good.
In addition to the burlap, we decided to use some dark wax to just kind of age our trees a little and also darken up our clothespins just a little bit more.
All right, Jenny has some jute there, and she's gonna do a loop on each end. And
I just like to kind of lay my stuff out and know how long I need it. So then I'll start on one side with a loop. That looks good. And I just fold it over and then put my finger and wrap it around and tuck that through. Okay, and then you just get a nice little loop. Okay. And then just kind of looking at that ought to be good. So since I want it to go that far, that's where my nice little loop is gonna be. Wrap it around and put that little part through the hole. And boom, another little loop, and then I just cut off the excess.
now that Jenny has our jute all ready, attaching these are going to be a breeze. We're literally going to take one little clothespin and just literally clip it onto our jute.
Hang it on the line.
Yep, like you're hanging clothes. This is a kit, and it will come with all the clothespins, the jute, and 6 trees. If you're interested,
Okay.
this looks super cute.
I
All right,
know.
now we are going to take our pieces of fabric and we're going to just kind of like, you know, alternate them. We do have that burlap type. We're going to cut a few strips of that, and then we'll go ahead and tie this stuff on here.
So Jenny and I are just alternating different strips of fabric onto our jute rope, and I think it's going to give it just a really nice soft look. You're going to want to do that in between each and every tree.
Looking pretty cute.
I know, I love it. And you guys, you can do reds. You can do whatever color you want with these trees.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like, you know, all natural and green. All right, so when you see a lot of these strings, we're just gonna pull those right out. Yeah, and then you kind of want to fluff up your swag a little because these pieces are so straight, and you just do that by rubbing them in between your hands like that. That kind of combines them all, and yeah, and then any strings you see, just cut them off.
Look at how cute this is.
Yeah, see, I love that.
I think this garland came out absolutely fabulous, and I think this would be another great project that you could do with the kids. You can find this kit in my Etsy store, and it's available right now.
All right, you guys, when we had our Christmas event, we had a challenge. Go ahead, tell them a little.
Issued from our friends in Wisconsin. They wanted to see who could do a better makeover on these globes.
They also gave us some of those rough wood pieces that you see there. They look like they were bored out of some wood. So the first thing that we're working with is the large globes. We're going to do a project with that first.
All right, so we're outside and we're getting ready to spray. Go ahead, Jenny, tell them what you got there.
I have Rust-Oleum flat black enamel. Hello. And I have Rust-Oleum universal matte metallic.
Well, it's gunmetal. I like that one.
Gunmetal gray, baby.
That's right. She's shaking it up. Jenny. Oh, you got it.
When you hear the ball
Yeah, when you
going,
hear it.
you know it's mixing. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to spray these black first.
Completely?
Yep, go ahead. Go for it. Now, while this is still wet, we're going to use that gunmetal on it too. So we're just gonna let these dry here. And once they're dry, we'll do a little bit more to them.
And while these are drying, I'm going to cut a little piece off of a spindle for each globe because we're going to turn these into Christmas bells and we need something for the top.
So I have this spindle, which is actually broken on top, but we're going to use that for the top of our globe. I need to cut at least like two of these, and I think they're going to look awesome on top. I'm going to get that out of the way. We're going to cut at least two. So this is what I cut. I think it's gonna look really cool on top. We've sprayed these, they're dry. We've cut these. That's gonna be our topper. And then we have these, they're just way too white. We're gonna take a little wax and we're gonna wax them up. But first, we are gonna glue them right on the top because we're making these into bells. So these need to be able to hang from a jute, and this is just too big of an opening. If we place this on top, drill a hole in there, we can put our jute through there and string them along.
Should we drill the hole before we glue?
We could. Either way would probably work. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you want to, yeah, we could do that. Oh wait, we're putting a little topper on there though. So maybe we just
both of those.
Maybe we just
tie the
jute on that to hold it.
And that's exactly what we're going to do. Jenny took some epoxy and she put it all around our wood disc, and I used the hot glue just to hold that in place while the epoxy was drying.
Oh yeah, that bad boy's gonna stay.
Okay, good. We'll let that set before we move on.
We repeated the same process with the second globe, and we also glued on the little toppers and let them dry as well.
All right, you guys, our bells are completely dry.
Ding-a-ling.
Ring-a-ding-a-ding. Okay, but you know what? This is it's just way too white. So we're gonna take a little of this wax here, and we're gonna just wax up the top here. Thank you, Jenny. She's sharing it with me.
Yeah, why not? A bit more. Why not?
Okay.
So we're waxing the top.
Yeah, the top really needs to be waxed. It's just way too
stark.
Yeah.
So as you can see, Jenny and I are taking that dark wax and we're making it dark to match the toppers.
So we're going to tie some jute around here, and we're going to kind of do it at different levels, like, you know, one a little higher than the other. All right, I'm just gonna tie this around here right now. All right, and then, well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter. You can hang it wherever you want. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
You know,
I thought you were saying like two different ones.
yeah, well, so we could actually go like this and
Yeah.
hang it.
Oh, cute.
But just to make this a little better, we're going to add some of this in, because I think that would look really cool on there.
Absolutely.
And then maybe some of these frosted berries too.
So I'm just kind of putting the wire in between something towards the top and a little something here. That way,
I like the sparkle and
yeah, the glitz of it all.
yeah.
Okay, and then once you get it all where you want it,
Oh, that looks so
we're
good.
just gonna attach it on there, and then you can move it again because it's wire.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some real good
Just
stuff
like
there.
that. And then you just trim the excess and tuck it in.
And we're just going to repeat that process on the second one.
Do you want these trimmed at all?
Yeah, if we could cut that off, I think that would look good too.
Like
Yeah,
as
there
short
you
as
go.
possible?
Yeah.
I love them.
I know, I love them too.
They're stunning.
All right, so I'm gonna add a little snow text. As you see, the berries have a little snow, and I want these to have a little snow as well. I'm just gonna turn them a little towards me so I can see what I'm doing here, you guys. I'm gonna add a little around the edge here. And you just wanna pile that on like snow. I'm gonna do a little on the upper edge as well.
Snowtex is really fun to work with. It does take a little time to dry, but I think that it's going to give you the desired look you're looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to turn this around to show you guys.
What?
And we're going to do the same thing on this one. Just add a little towards the bottom. You know, it just looks like it has just snowed in our bells.
Got caught in it.
Yeah. All right, so we're just going to let these dry. And there you go.
These came out absolutely fabulous. I love them, and I think these are going to win us the challenge. Next, we're going to show you what we did with the smaller globes.
All right, you guys, we have these smaller globes, and now we are going to paint these green here.
So as you can see, Jenny and I are painting the globes with avocado green. And then we're going to let those dry.
All right, so as you know, we're working on this challenge here. We painted these all like green, and we have these weird kind of, I don't know what you call them. They're wood. I'm sure someone cut out a circle or something, and this is what's left. But we're going to use a little epoxy, and we're going to use this ugly foam, and then we're going to use this cup too. I think this cup is going to be a great addition to this project.
It's going to be so stinking cute, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it sure is, you guys, because we're going to make a little tree that's going to sit in a cup. How cute is that going to be?
So our junky piece of foam has already got kind of a curve here. So I'm just going to kind of start attacking it with these scissors, trying to make it mug shaped. Good in there.
Wow.
Okay, I think that's gonna hold our stuff up pretty good.
Yeah.
Next, Jenny's going to take a little epoxy and put it around the rim of the globe, and then she's going to take the globe and put it inside the cup, which will marry the two pieces together, and then she's going to wipe off any excess glue that she might see.
Then I'm gonna epoxy our little separators here on there.
We're using them as separators.
Yeah, our little wood blocks, I guess, round blocks. Holding that down there for a minute. And there we're gonna repeat that for another layer.
Jenny went back in with a hot glue gun because she just felt like they were kind of moving around. She wanted them to be like very secure in place as they dried.
Okay,
That's
guys.
so cute.
We're
And then
getting there.
I want to show you guys this. I bought this off of eBay. There was actually 5 of them, and this one we can use because I only need 4 of them for my other project, but this could be a great topper.
We needed to cut the end off, and being that this was plastic, it was pretty easy to do.
Oh my gosh, I like this. So cute.
That's so cute.
All we needed to do was just glue it into place.
Just got to get the strings off.
Yeah. Oh, hot glue strings?
Yeah.
Nothing classes up a project like hot glue strings.
I added a little snow text to this project as well. We also took one of my hang tags and put that on, and Jenny added a little greenery to the top. You guys, I'm so proud of this project. I think this is a little cup of cuteness.
Oh, I think that looks really cute, Jenny.
If this doesn't win us the challenge, I don't know what will. I'm excited to see what the girls from Wisconsin did, and we'll see that at the end of the show. So stay tuned.
We are going to make some trees here, and what we're going to do is just kind of make a triangle for those trees.
It doesn't have to be exact science. We're just going to cut it on the miter saw, which will give us clean lines.
All right, you guys, I'm going to cut this right here, and then I'm going to do our angles for our tree. So we probably want it about there.
The blade wasn't long enough to cut the entire triangle, so I had to flip it around. You always want to make sure that you're being very careful when you're using tools like this. We also had to cut spindles that would act as the trunk for our tree.
Perfect.
And can I say, my knees are way too old to be on this floor.
Now that we've experienced the joys of using a saw, Kelly, what is next for this project?
Well, Jenny, anyway, I picked these up at the dollar store. These are like tin, but they're really not. They seem to be made out of plastic. And I had to go to $3 Trees to find them, but they were in the automotive section. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for these. And we're gonna put them on top of our triangles.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go like this, and then I think I'm just gonna...
It might be cute to use the middle of the other design for a different one.
Yeah.
You know, like this part.
Sure.
I don't know.
So I'm just gonna cut out this triangle to fit, and then we could trim it up later if it's not big, or not, if it's too big. All right. So that's gonna go right on top, and then like I said, we'll go ahead and trim off any excess.
Oh, these are gonna be cute. Jenny's tracing the outline for hers, and she's gonna cut that out. And it was about right here that when Jenny peeled back the backing, we realized there was no adhesive on there.
That doesn't have nothing, huh? She's right. There's no sticky thing on hers. Hold on. I don't feel nothing.
At this point, we realized we would need to hot glue it.
This bad boy is going to be pretty spectacular, y'all.
Yeah, I love it.
So even the one that Kelly stuck on, we ended up separating. And I'm just going to put some glue on each of these. Make a little frame and a little bump.
Yeah, that pill
I'm gonna
stick
just, like,
did not really...
I'm going to give it a little wave there before I stick it down, just so that it doesn't like melt my plastic. And then a boom, like so.
And from there, Jenny finished gluing the rest of the pieces onto the wood.
All right, so you know that we cut these spindles here, and you could definitely cut like a wood base for these that we're gonna attach to the trees, but we thought how fun would it be to use like random type things like this little, you know, watering can, or what about this enamel cup?
Or look at this guy.
I know, that's my favorite.
It's gonna be so cute in there.
I know. So we're going to kind of use these rather than using bases for them. So as you know, we cut these on the miter saw, and now we need to drill a hole right in our base here. I found the biggest drill bit I could get.
Watch out, world.
Yeah. And I'm just going to drill a hole right in the bottom here that our spindle can go into. I know you guys are probably cringing, but
I know I am.
you just go slow.
If you don't feel comfortable holding it, which I totally understand, you could always use a vise. I've been doing this for like over 20 years, so it doesn't bother me. My husband's always telling me, you're going to drill a hole in your hand. I've been doing it and I have never done that. So you just got to go very slow. But again, you could use a vise and that'd be a little safer.
All right, let's see how far we got here.
Oh my gosh, guys, look how cute.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do that with the rest of these, and there we go.
Then it was time for paint. We painted these black and then we let that dry.
All right, Miss Jenny, these are all dry. We are going to paint them white, and then we're going to sand them to give them a real kind of like distressed look.
They're gonna be awesome.
Yes,
I can't
they
wait.
are.
I'm so psyched.
So we went ahead and painted those white and let those dry.
All right, you guys, these are now dry, and so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of like sand them up so we can expose some of that black and make them look distressed. So Jenny, let's go ahead and
Reveal.
go ahead.
Just getting a little epoxy on there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do a little dab of hot glue in the top. And then in we go. Muscle.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna do that with the other two, and then we'll see you guys back to put them in pots.
From there, Jenny took a little styrofoam, put it in our little pots that we were going to use, and she stuck the spindles right into that foam.
Love it. Okay, now we can't have the foam showing, so we are gonna add a little moss to the bottom. Yeah, it's gonna look really cute, so let's do that.
Class it up.
Let's class it up.
We added a little moss that we got from the dollar store, and these things came out super cute. I am so proud of them. I just love them. All right, you guys, now on to our next project.
All right, you guys. So our project that we're gonna do here is a pillow. And look at the stencil. Better not pout. I wanted to do this last year, but I just ran out of time. So this is the year we're gonna do it. So this stencil will be available in my Etsy shop as well as the website. So Jenny's gonna stencil that on there. We're gonna use this old feed sack and I'm gonna cut a little section of it. Let's see how much we need for that. Just about that much, huh?
Looks good.
Okay, so let me go ahead and cut. All right, Jenny. So let's go ahead and show them. Let me lay it like that. Oh yeah, there you go.
Good.
Yeah. You're always so good. Do you want a little tape to tape it? Remember how sometimes you do that? Okay.
Tape and a dish, and we'll be right back.
And she's gonna tape down the corners just to make sure it doesn't move. The worst thing that you want is your
A little jig jog when you're in the middle of stenciling.
Oh yeah.
Nightmare.
Not good. Not good.
No. So I have here French wine from Craft Smart. It's a satin finish. So you take your brush and you get some paint on it, but then you want to offload it. And you also want to hold, if you can, the closer you hold to where you're going to stencil, like put a little pressure, the less chance you have of it like feathering into the other part of the fabric.
Kind of like bleeding underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
if you use too much paint, I've seen that happen. Actually, I've done that and I'm like, no.
and then you just want to make sure you get a nice, like, solid color there and go until you do. And then once you do, you're looking good.
So Jenny finished up the stencil, and it was the moment of truth. This is always the scariest part because you never know when you pull up that stencil, is it going to be perfect or did it bleed under? So let's check it out.
Oh, I love this. Oh, you guys, look at that. That is like absolutely perfect. I'll hold that down.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, look at that, you guys.
Better not pout.
I'm telling you why.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
That's right. All right, you guys, we're gonna let that dry and then we're gonna make a pillow out of it. All right, you guys, so Jenny had stenciled this. It's all dry, but you know what? It's a little wrinkled and it just will heat set this. So I plugged in the iron. We're gonna put something on top though, because we don't want this to be scorched at all. That's all we need, right, Jenny?
Correct.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and iron over this. Oops. Hey, I'm not really good at ironing or baking, so it's just not my forte.
I think it could be a little better.
We're gonna do it
Try it
backwards.
like this.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do it backwards.
There we go. Perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna cut the fabric and then Jenny is gonna sew it up, right, Jenny?
Correct.
You have made a lot of things on the sewing machine, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
People get intimidated by my mad skills.
Oh, Jenny, she makes me laugh, I swear. I'm taking a piece of striped fabric and then I'm going to take a solid red piece of fabric and lay that on top, and then we're going to cut a square out of that. But first I need to see how big our square needs to be. I'm going to do that by laying down our Better Not Pout piece right in the center.
We're going to eyeball it.
We're always eyeballing it. And I'm just gonna cut a square here. All right, bada bing, bada bang. We're gonna sew around here. We're gonna leave an opening, and then we're gonna go ahead and stuff that. Guys, so I have the 2 pieces of fabric cut. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start right here. We're gonna zip all the way around, and we're gonna come back here, and we're gonna stop at a certain point so that we can use this for stuffing. There's gonna be an opening right here. I'm gonna hand this off to Jenny. She's gonna sew this pillow up. She's gonna start right there. So that's gonna be one part of our opening right here. So she's starting on that end and she's gonna work her way all the way around.
Okay.
Go for it, Jenny.
All right, I am beginning. And then I'm gonna do a little back stitch. And then just run it as it goes.
You want to back stitch that so your stitching doesn't come out of place. It's locked in there. Just go a couple stitches back. Voila. There you go.
And if I could say a great big thank you / I'm sorry to my mother because I just took her machine without asking.
She did.
Yes.
It's a beauty too.
This baby.
Patty.
Thanks, Mom.
All right, you guys, I want to show you a little trick. So we're going to flip this inside out, and to get the corners really like on point, you want to go up to the stitching, not, don't cut your stitching, but just cut the bulk off right here. And that way when you flip it over, it's going to come out really nice for you.
Kelly, can you do one more for them, but
Yeah.
do it on the red side so they can see the stitching better?
Oh, sure.
There we go.
Okay. So right here. Sorry, you guys, we've been doing projects and my hands are full of paint, white and black. So you just kind of want to do it like right up to the stitching, but not on the stitching.
That would be
And that really helps. Now that Jenny has sewn this up and we've clipped the edges, we're going to go ahead and turn this pillow inside out. So that opening she created here, we're just going to use that to flip this pillow inside out. I'm going to take a pair of scissors and I'm just going to poke these right here. Polyfill, in my opinion, is the best brand. It doesn't bunch up. It just really is nice in a pillow, a doll, whatever you're going to use it in.
So basically, we're just going to stuff this pillow with the fiber fill, and you're going to want to make sure that you get in the corners really well.
Usually the fiber fill will come with a pointy stick. Yeah, like this. This is perfect. Get in those corners.
And then you just want to keep on working your way down to the end of the pillow until it's completely stuffed. And then we're going to sew our opening shut.
You guys, so we have this opening, as you can see. We need to close that up. I have a needle here with some thread, and I'm just going to kind of start at this opening here, the back part, and I'm just going to keep going back and forth with my needle. You're just going to hand stitch that closed. I know some people hot glue it, but I like to take the time to actually, oh yeah, I've seen them do that. I like to take the time and actually sew these up.
So what you're going to do is just keep going in and out, in and out, in and out until you get to the end. What I like to do is I like to go back over it and then I tie it off with a knot.
All right, you guys, I have this embroidery thread. It's complementary to our colors. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very long piece here and we're going to stitch this whole saying on to our pillow that we just made. I think hand stitching just has like an old time feel to it. It just, I don't know, it just is very warm and inviting to have a hand stitch pillow. So I'm just going to start in this corner. Our knot is going to be behind the fabric, so you will not see that. And you're just going to go in and out. hold it right here. So I'm just gonna keep going in and out with my needle. And then now I'm just gonna go down this end. And when you get to the end of this whole stitching, you're just gonna tie it in a knot.
So that's it, you guys. That's all there is to it. I think this pillow came out awesome. I love the saying, and I also like the fabric we used. If you want to get this stencil, it will be in my Etsy shop. And just remember, you can get 15% off of it today.
All right, you guys, we have a product here that I think you're gonna like. Orange slices. Now, if you get the real ones and you put it in a garland or something like that, they turn brown, but these will never get brown.
Put them out year after year.
Yeah, they're gonna look great. So I have these made out of wood. We're gonna paint these up. And then we also have these gingerbread, which are super cute, and we're gonna make a garland with them. So for this part here, we're gonna paint this. What color is that? I don't got my glasses on, sorry.
It's okay, I got you. Maybe. Parchment.
Parchment.
Parchment from Folk Art. It is a
Perfect.
matte color.
And then we're going to our go-to color. I love this color. It's the best orange ever.
Burnt orange from
Yep.
Americana.
Yeah, we always use that one.
And then
For the little gingerbread guy, territorial beige.
Truth from Cremacoat.
Let's do it.
All right.
Jenny is painting up the gingerbread, and I'm painting up the inside part of the orange. Once we're done with that, we're going to use a little burnt orange, and we're going to paint the outside part of the orange. Then we're going to let everything dry.
All right, you guys, we are using Annie Sloan Dark Wax. We are going to wax these up to give them kind of like a muted, primitive kind of look.
Jenny and I are just making those nice and grungy. We really want to tone down that orange and just give this a lot of character. As you can see, they have a real rich and rustic tone to them, and this is just how we want them.
Hey everybody, I'm just gonna real quick take like I think it's the pith of the orange, I don't know, the little separators, and I'm gonna glue it down. Now something you really want to pay attention to is see the holes there. That's how we're gonna put our garland together. You don't want to spin it so you end up blocking
Covering
a
it,
hole.
yeah, or else you're not going to be able to string it along.
Your garland's not going to be as cool.
It's
Okay.
just, well, it's not going to really hang well.
It's not. It's not. So just pay attention to that. And then I'm just going to I'm putting some of this Gorilla wood glue on the back.
Once you've applied enough glue, you're going to want to go ahead and put that white part right down onto the orange. Again, making sure that the holes are not covered.
Okay. And there we go.
Once it dries, we're going to go ahead and string our garland along.
We're going to put the loop on one end. Okay. And I'm thinking that's probably enough. Maybe. Did I get it right?
Yep, looks good, Jenny.
Okay, so we got like that.
For hanging purposes.
Yep. And then on the other end, I'm going to put a piece of tape
Yeah.
in the attempt to make this easier to go through these little holes here.
Yeah, because the holes are pretty small. So if that thing frays a little, you're going to have a hard time.
I'm afraid it would be hard.
Afraid.
Okay.
Oh, Jenny, what are we going to do with you?
Just love me, I guess. Let me get rid of that. And then I'm actually going to cut it right there to try and make it a nice, tight little jobber. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to start in on the top so that you're hiding most of this unless you want a different kind of look. But this is the way we like it the most around here. And then back out the front. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna slide him down to the end-ish. Okay, that looks good.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then we'll start in on our gingerbread man. And we're gonna just keep going like this, in and out until we get to the very last one. And sometimes you're gonna have to pinch that end again just to keep it tight. Get it through there. I might switch glasses again, I think.
You got it. Oh yeah, because you need the China glasses.
I need to see to China.
So as you can see, once Jenny got those glasses on, she had no problem stringing these along. So basically what you're going to want to do is you start with the orange, you go with the gingerbread, you go with another orange, a gingerbread, and vice versa till you get to the last orange. That will be your last piece that's going to be strung on this garland. And once you get done with that, you're going to finish with a loop on that end.
I'm just eyeballing, and I'm thinking my loop will be right about here.
Okay.
Bada boom, bada bing. It's a beautiful thing. We'll trim this. Boop. And get ready for it, y'all.
That's so cute, Jenny. I love it. But not so fast, Jenny. We are going to add one more thing. Earlier, I had ripped up some strips of complementary fabric that I thought would go really good with this. We're just going to tie a few strips on this just to give a little bit of color. Remember how I ripped those strips a little earlier?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Maybe
yes, yes.
Just use a little in between.
See, and that's something you guys could do real easily is just get the fabric of your choice. See how, oh my gosh.
I think that.
Look at how, just a little pop there.
Yeah, that will just like complement it, I think.
Yeah, let's see.
Just a little something.
Just a little something, something.
I mean, you can leave it like this, but I'm just, just to add a little more.
For sure.
So I had Jenny tie a few more of the pieces to the garland, and I think it was the finishing touch that was really needed. I have to say, I think this is my favorite garland I've made so far. I love the oranges, I love the gingerbread, and just that little pops of green complement the orange so well. This gingerbread and orange garland will be in my Etsy store. You'll receive 3 gingerbread, 4 oranges, and some jute. And don't forget, it's 15% off all this week. We have this really cute saying, "Joy to the world," and I thought this would look great on these old vintage chalkboards that I picked up at the flea market. I thought that would look super cute. So we're gonna do one on that. And I picked up this chalkboard a while back. No one has bought it. And so we're gonna spruce this up with a larger Joy to the World. These will be available in my Etsy shop. So if you want, they'll be there for you. So with our decals, we just go over them with a credit card, and then you peel the transfer tape off, just like Jenny's doing.
Decide where you want it.
Oh, that looks so good. See, I prefer this on a green chalkboard, and actually I was gonna paint something with green. I ordered this, off Amazon. You can look at the link. I'll put it below if you want to get some green chalkboard paint. I just think it looks better than the black, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to do. This one was already done in a chalkboard, so it made no sense to repaint it.
Before I got too crazy with it.
Oh yeah.
Just checking to make sure I like this.
It looks beautiful.
I know, I just got it a little on the crooky side. But that's how you do it. And let me see. Just do a light and boom. She's ready.
I'm gonna move this can out of the way so they can see what you're doing. Thanks, Jenny. If the letters do not come up, you just want to go over them again. You need that? Go ahead.
Yep.
I'm going to line that up on my board while Jenny's working on that. I find it better to stand up sometimes.
Sometimes. You can eyeball it a little bit better that way.
Yeah. You want to make sure you have a nice clean surface so that this stuff comes up really easy for you. If it's not clean, it's going to be hard to stick.
I love the big one.
You love the big one?
Yeah.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Another one of those double scraper moments.
Yep, you gotta go over it again. Remember, any letter that does not stay down, just go over it. You show yours, I show mine. Joy to the world,
the Lord is come.
So you guys, I hope we bring a little joy to your world. This vinyl decal will be in my Etsy store. You can get it in small or you can get it in large. And for the last project of this episode, I think this might be my favorite. Let me go ahead and describe it to you, and then we're going to go to my house so that you can see it.
So, Jenny.
Yes,
Kelly. I made this large toy soldier Nutcracker guy. He's all in vinyl. Ooh. He is removable, so you can put him in your window. You could put him on your door wall. You know, if you do have a store, you can add him to the store display window.
Now, would he stay if you put him on a big old board?
Oh yeah, you could do that too. But you know, I am going to offer permanent or removable. So if you plan to put him on a board and you want to keep it, you know, forever or whatever, you could do permanent. But these, you know, you could do removable for windows and things like that.
Wow, you guys have options. I love that. That would be so cute. On a window, can you imagine walking up to the house, like a window over your porch? Oh my gosh, so cute.
Very cute. Mm-hmm. So these will be available in my Etsy store and also on the website. So I just wanted to give you that option, and I'm going to show you what it looks like at my house. All right, you guys, so you just want to go over your decal so that it is applied to the transfer tape. And then we're going to take the transfer tape and we'll go ahead and put it on the glass. All right, you guys, we've already went over this with our credit card, so I'm going to start peeling this away from the backing. If any of it doesn't come up, you just kind of want to go over it with your credit card a little bit more. All right, the moment of truth here.
So you're going to want to try to position your decal in the right spot on the door. Once you have that where you want it, you're going to go over it with the credit card. And after you do that, you'll be able to remove the transfer tape. And there you have it. One super cute toy soldier decal.
All right, you guys, we got our decal on the storm window here. It looks so stinking cute. So this is something that you could easily do. You could put it on a window, a door wall, and it's just perfect for the holiday season.
All right, if you've stayed with us this long, are you ready? Let's take a look at the challenge before we go. As you know, we made these Christmas bells, and we also made this little cup of tree cuteness. Now, Chloe and Nancy sent me their pictures, and they also made globe bells. Ring-a-ding-ding, you guys. We were on the same page, weren't we? In addition to the bells, they also made a candle holder from one of the larger globes. I think this was a very clever idea, and I just want to thank them both for including us in this craft challenge. It was a lot of fun. And one last thing before we go, don't forget you can take 15% off my entire Etsy store, except for Flea Market Rescue apparel because I don't make that. But everything else is 15% off, so make sure you take advantage of that. That sale will go from today, December 5th, to December 12th. Simply use the coupon code WINTER15 or use the link below. Well, that's it for this episode of Flea Market Rescue. If you like this episode and you want to see more episodes, make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. I'm Kelly Sherry, and this has been Flea Market Rescue.